Hello, my name is Father Jason Jalbert, and I'm the Diocesan Master of Ceremonies, and here today to talk to you a little bit about the installation Mass for Bishop Peter Labashi, who will be installed here at St. Joseph Cathedral on December 8th, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Of course, with an installation Mass, the installation of a new bishop, there are a few things that are a little different. The new bishop is coming to take possession of the diocese, and as Catholics, we live out what we believe, and we reveal those in very concrete ways. And so, as he comes to take possession of the diocese, he is symbolically doing that by first being brought to these doors, the doors of the cathedral, by the Archbishop of Boston, who is the Metropolitan. And he, in a way, is united with all the bishops in this region, which is the Boston region. And so he, as a representative of the Holy Father, Pope Benedict, will bring the new bishop to these doors and introduce him to a member of the clergy, which happens to be the rector of the cathedral, Monsignor Frontiero. And so he does that only once. And it's also reflected in the fact that at baptism, in the ritual, parents are typically greeted at the doors of the church. And in other rituals, too, they're greeted at the doors of the church. And so there's something that's very symbolic about the bishop coming to these doors and being welcomed into the church. As with all Catholic Masses, there will be a procession at the installation Mass. And it will be a very long procession because we expect most of the deacons from the diocese and most of the priests of the diocese to be here. In addition to them, we'll have the bishops from the region. And so this procession might take 15 to 20 minutes to enter into the church. And so down this lengthy aisle will come the servers who will lead the procession. First will be the thurifer, who will be carrying the thurible, from which smoke will be coming, the incense, and filling this cathedral with an aromatic smell, the smell of a restored order, a restored world. And so it takes us out of just our ordinary life, and we know that when we enter into the Mass, that we're entering to something that's heavenly. So the incense will be first, followed by the crucifix, and the seminarian holding the crucifix will come down the aisle. Of course, the crucifix is the central image for us as Catholics, the crucified Lord, and it's through the crucifix that we are saved. Following the crucifer will be the candle bearers, and there will be 6 candles that will be carried in the procession. Following the candle bearers will be the Knights of Columbus, and the Knights of Columbus and other orders like them form honor guards, and so they will line up the center aisle, and it will be through the Knights of Columbus that the deacons and the priest will process into the cathedral. Here we have the cathedra, which is the bishop's chair in his cathedral. And it's from this chair that the cathedral gets its name, Cathedra Cathedral. And what's significant about the cathedra, what's different than most celebrant chairs in a church, is that this church looks like it's affixed to the church, that it's built into the church, which you don't typically see. And it's in a different location than most celebrant chairs. You see that it is facing across the sanctuary, and it signifies that first, the bishop, when he sits in that chair, he's presiding over the liturgy. And it gives him a direct focus to the pulpit from where the readings are read. And it also gives him a direct view to the altar on which the sacrifice of the Mass is celebrated. And every cathedra, because every bishop has a coat of arms, and above it we see the coat of arms of Bishop McCormick, Christ in all things. And as we speak, a new coat of arms is being hand-carved for Bishop Labashi. And on the day of the installation, this coat of arms will be taken down, and the new coat of arms will be affixed to the wall above the cathedra. And the bishop takes possession of the diocese by sitting in that chair. And so the cardinal will lead or escort Bishop Labashi to the cathedra on the day of the installation, and he will actually sit in the chair. And it is when he sits down that he has taken possession of the diocese.